This week's big new movie is the live-action version of Pinocchio, streaming on Disney+. Now you know the story. A woodcutter, played by Tom Hanks, makes a wish that his puppet Pinocchio becomes a real live boy. The story is the same as the original film, although the live-action adventures don't have quite as much impact this time around. I like the acting, but the rest was an okay, but not great family film.
This is 476 Barbarian, right?
Yeah, I'm renting this place.
No, I booked it a month ago.
Barbarian is a twist little horror film about a woman who finds that somebody else is staying in the house that she's renting. Now this starts off as a Me Too film, but there are bigger dangers lurking in this creepy little movie.
Your uncle is the king of France. You must unite Europe. Kidnapping her is the only way. We don't kidnap women.
Medieval is a generic action film set in the Middle Ages as two rival kingdoms struggle for power. Now the battles are bloody and effective, but the story left me cold, even if it is based on real events.
If you choose to fight, you may die. But for your cause, and that is a good death.
And that's what's new this week at the movies. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy.
First up, let's say hi to Sean.
Hi.
Secondly, let's get into this childhood favorite of mine, and it's now coming back out.
Making a live action, Disney has taken all of their animated classics and they've turned them into live action films. This one's Pinocchio. It's only streaming on Disney+. That's kind of the difference. This one is just, you're going to have the Disney+ subscription to see it. It's Tom Hanks, that little, nobody that nobody has ever heard of before. He's playing Geppetto, the woodcutter who whittles a puppet, and then the Blue Fairy, played by Cynthia Erivo, comes in, turns him into a real boy, and then Pinocchio goes, you know the story, it's a classic, right? Hey, look, I think the acting is pretty good here. I really love Keegan-Michael Key, for example, playing the fox. He's a lot of fun. I love Cynthia Erivo. Just having her sing that song is wonderful. But I gotta say, I didn't see much of a reason to remake this.
Really?
If it's supposed to be about morality and teaching boys how to be, better people, I'm not sure I got any of that. Acting is fine. I'm not saying it's bad. A lot of people are really piling on this one. I think that is not the case at all. I think it's fine.
Okay,
but
well,
I
I'll
just
have
don't
to
think
just
it's
try
special.
and check it out and see
Disney
if
Plus.
it lives up to what I thought it would as well. Let's go over to the next movie, Barbarian.
Barbarian, which is probably the best of this week. It's a horror film, and it's an interesting film, and I won't really spoil anything here, but it is a woman, she goes to an Airbnb only to find that a guy is already there. And so you think, oh, this is going to be like a Me Too type of a situation, but then it's going to take an interesting twist, and I'm not going to spoil that, but it's not what you think it's going to be. It's a creepy horror film. That's Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise, is playing the guy there. And look, it starts out nicely. I think it's got nice creepy horror. If you're not into the horror film, though, this isn't for you, but I think it works pretty well here.
Okay, I like horror, so I think I may take a look at that film, and my mom too, because she likes horrors.
My only issue is that she starts out as such a smart young woman, and then she turns dumb, as always the case in horror movies. People have to go explore basements. Don't go exploring dark basements.
I know, and there's like, why did you go in there?
Exactly.
It has you questioning the movie. All right, let's move on to the last movie. It's a historical drama, and it's in theaters.
Yeah, this one, Medieval, and I'm surprised it wasn't to theaters. This probably should have been a direct-to-video. It is based on historical facts. It's back in the 1400s. There are these two kingdoms, Hungary and Czechoslovakia. They're both vying for control, and they decide to kidnap a princess, and they're going to hold her for ransom. And I just didn't care about any of it here.
Gotcha.
But the battles are bloody. The battles are pretty good. I think Ben Foster is a little miscast. Michael Caine's also in it. The most expensive film ever created in Czechoslovakia. I didn't care about any of it at all. Probably
not the most expensive, and you didn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So. But it'll come out on DVD or on home streaming soon enough, and that's when you should see it. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Sean. He joins us every Friday with the latest movies coming out on home streaming services and in movie theaters.